What a friend we have in Jesus, all our sins and griefs to bear. That's a great song. You should learn all the words of it. I don't have them off the top of my head, but you can look them up. It's a great song. The story of it is great, about a guy who never made much money. He worked for a bunch of older women, usually like widows, and didn't have much money, and he worked for free sometimes, but he just followed the golden rule and lived by it and got by, and it was all good. Because blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. You just got to live by these things. That's it. It's not that hard. And so, books right now are like people. We have a lot of people that are really full of lies and doctrines of hell. It's good to read some good people that weren't like lying. You know what I mean? So, one good book for prayer that woke me up a long time ago, besides all the E.M. Bounds ones, if you can find any of those E.M. Bounds ones, was great. J. Oswald Sanders has a great book that helped me really get excited about praying, and it was called Enjoying Intimacy with God. And he has a lot of really good ones, but that one, wow. It was, man, I think I read it like 3 times. Then there was another one called No Easy Road, but I don't remember the guy's name, but he was also really good. But it kind of reminded me of this stuff like right now, where it's hard to get a real prayer life going. And so that's why you always want to keep those Acts things in mind when you're alone, praying to the King. You remember the adoration part where you just give him all the glory. All glory and honor to you is the best way to start, and praise. And then you can just go through omniscience and all those beautiful things about who great he is, and that just gets you lower than him. Because everybody wants to say, yeah, I'm a sinner, I need to confess or whatever, but he already knows it anyway. So if you just be straight up with him from the gate, be like, yeah, was that too much? Sorry if I did too many cigarettes. I really got into it there. But you see what I mean? Instead of getting all weird about it and like, oh yeah, that's the unforgivable sin. The unforgivable sin is blasphemy. That's it. You got to remember that. It has to do with pride, just like Lucifer. That's all you got to worry about. Don't get all full of yourself and think you're all that, because that's the yeast that makes the beast. So remember that shortbread recipe, and don't use any yeast, because I tell you what, shortbread without yeast is amazing. So anyway, we want to be those shortbread cookies and give them away. So give yourself more of a less yeasty idea of who is God and how to know God right by reading books like this, because these are people that you can know. Like, even C.S. Lewis, some of his stuff is really good. Like, Mere Christianity, simple books like that. Screwtape Letters is huge right now. And then, George MacDonald, Unspoken Sermons. Get that? It's just like, wow! It'll wake you up so huge. And then George MacDonald's biographies. Biographies are huge, too. They'll totally show you how these people lived. George Mueller's biography, if you can find it. Wow, it's amazing. And then, there's that other guy. There's a few of them. They're just, Fanny Crosby's biography, too. That's a huge one. Oh, man, it's so beautiful, the story. It's just so moving. So these are, like, people that it's so good to know. And even, there's that one book on prayer by, I think it's Brother Lawrence. And it's so beautiful. It talks about, like, he was Catholic, but he, like, talks about how it was so fun to wash dishes alone with God when he was, like, in the monastery or whatever. It's just a beautiful story. So these are the things that help you during these times to get, like, waked up and stop getting off this sublime runaway train. It might feel sublime right now, but it ain't going anywhere good. So you gotta get off that. Unstoppable Train from Denzel Washington was a true story, but it's not gonna get a little rescue thing. Unless you do like Nineveh and get off of the blindness wagon train. So, these are just good things to keep in mind to just help yourself, because you should be feeding on the Word, spending time alone with your King and talking to Him like a good bride to be would. Be faithful to Him and think about Him and all that you do, so you can reach out to others like you love Him. And that's what the kingdom is all about. Because blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. So just do a little heart fix. It's not really that hard. It's kind of like, doing a little deep cleaning and talking to Him. And you don't worry about confessing to men as much as the man who is king. That's what it's all about. And that's part of why maybe people are spending a lot of time alone, but they're all confused like mummies. Maybe because they're alone, and they're not being with Him. And then that spirit, that one that's sealed with you, well, he's not wanting to stay in because you're too self-centered in all your weird ways and getting Netflixed away or whatever it is. But you just got to focus. Focus on the King, and the kingdom come, and His will be done as it will be on earth, as it has been in heaven, with 72 million kids that have the right to reign here because they were aborted here and forgotten, and now they're not going to be deleted. Nope, not at all.